Baru je bagi dia join. I should turn off the caption. Okay. Entire screen. Okay, yang online, can you see my can you see my screen or not? Online.
Yes, Doctor.
Is it full screen? So sorry, I forgot about you guys lah yang online ni. I forgot I have to share. Hopefully next time tak boleh buat macam ni ya. Okay, if it's going to work this way, so I tak boleh nak berdiri, nak jalan-jalan dalam makmal lah. I nak tengok you all, I tak boleh nak jalan-jalan, I have to stay in front of my screen, and I have to control my screen kan. For those yang online, so sorry lah. Kalau apa, you just maybe raise your hands or maybe stop me kan, kalau ada problem. Alright. So those at home, please macam give me a signal sikit. You see my screen, right? Okay, hopefully just cakap lah, jangan raise hand online ni memang tak nampak lah. Okay, so this afternoon we're going to, I repeat sekejap for those yang kelas dalam ni tadi dah start about 5 minutes tadi. So understanding your sample by using descriptive statistics. Before we even attempt to make any statistical test, hypothesis testing, before we want to do any checking for association or checking any differences in mean or whatnot, correlation or regression. So first we have to understand our data. Once we collect our data, our sample is a subset of our research population, our study population. So you can have your sample maybe out of your study population of a particular geographical area of Taman Perumahan. Maybe we have 500 houses and you may have 2,000 population, okay, men, women and children, and then you sample your study population, and then you get about maybe 200, okay, 200 individuals. So that is your sample. So first you have to understand your sample, and then see whether what's it like, okay, descriptive statistics. So I'm not sure whether it is full screen or not. When I click full screen, it doesn't go into full screen. Okay. So look at this, the chart here, okay. So look at it first, okay, observe. And what can you deduce from this graph or this chart? Okay, so first look at the title. Okay, first look at the title, average female height per country. And you have your x-axis kan, normally kita belajar kat sekolah kan. Ada problem? Dia nak projector lah, itu non projector. Okay, so you have your x-axis and you have your y-axis, the simplest form of chart or graph. This kind of graph we can call it a pictogram. Okay, a picture lah. So in the x-axis ada tak? Ada. Alright. So at your x-axis you have your countries, and your y-axis the height in inches. You just look, let's say if a normal a lay person, a normal person, an accurate person, looking at the chart, I cannot leave my table, I forgot. Okay, so when you look at the figures, try to compare those from Scotland and India. So what do you see, Scotland and India? From the picture, from the graph. Right. You can get the impression that Scottish women are giants and Indians are dwarfs, elves. Okay. The height only reaches up to the bottom skirt of the Scottish women. Yeah, so it can be, if you look in real life, ada ke see the Indian lady and Scottish lady, dia macam tu. Dia nampak macam that's not the right representation. Why is not right? You look at the scale here. From here you start at 5 feet. Okay? Then dia continue lah 1 feet, 1 feet plus 1 feet plus 1 feet. So it's really the use of the scale there can give a misleading picture. It shows as though that the other women are very much taller than Indian women. But in fact, they are only about 4 inches taller than the Indian lady. So this is a poor use of statistics, poor use of graph. Okay, it's an example. Another example. Okay, look at this one. Compare both charts on the left hand side and on the right hand side. What do you see from this chart? Yeah, okay. You can see on the left, the chart on the left, this one, chart on the left. What happens to the scale? It starts off, look at the X. We start at 3.14. Okay, so that's not a true zero. This one starts at 0 and the scale is even. Okay, plus 0.5 plus another 0.5 plus another 0.5 plus another 0.5 on the right hand side. Okay, so because of this, it shows that there's not much difference between the years from 2008 and 2012. There's only actually a slight increase of the GDP and interest rates. Okay, but on the left hand side, this table, it exaggerates the increase in the interest rate. Okay, so both examples that I gave you, it shows that you can manipulate statistics into portray your own narrative. Okay? And some say statistics is the biggest lie. The lie is statistics, kan? So paling ramai buat apa politicians kan? Okay, let's not talk about politics. Okay, now textbook knowledge. Before we go on with our SPSS, you need to remember these things. Not sure whether you learn this in at school or not. Okay, so you want to know the types of variable, nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio data. You can remember that. And then continuous, the biggest differentiation is between continuous data and count variables. And you can have all these various examples, okay? Nominal variables, ordinal variable, interval, as well as ratio. Okay. Next. So now, okay, we have actually 2 hours, 1.5 hours. There are only a few we're going to cover a few menus in Spss. So we're going to use analyze, and then we're going to use frequencies, and then we're going to use descriptive. Okay. So let's just straight away go into taking our hands dirty. Now open your file, data file. You double click on your data file SPSS descriptive stats.sav, and then this thing should come up in your screen, right? Mau boleh buat tak this class? Boleh, alright. So first thing is you want to look at your variable view to understand what variables do you have. From the one is normal, your ID, and your sex. It is nominal data, and you always check the values here. How is it coded? It is coded 0 as female and 1 as male. So you can use any number. You can use 1 and 2 or 5 and 4 or whatnot. But my advice is you to use 0 and 1 if you have only two categories. And usually so that you able to understand your results later during your impression statistics, you want to try to for 0 is the one that is have less risk, okay, when it comes to sedation. So for example, like in many cases, in many diseases, male have a higher risk than female. Okay, so male we code as 1. Okay, this is what I mean. Okay, and check for the rest. Yes. Oh, kenapa? Let me try again. Tiny screen. The screen is stuck. Lembuan terus. Okay, let's try this again. Saya dia macam ni lah, so that you will nampak lah, it's big enough, right? Okay, so this one, we're back at our SPSS page. The first thing you want to do is apa tadi yang kat minus, and frequency and descriptive. Okay, so those are the main menus that you want to use. Okay, you see the menu here at the top kan? I think you dah pakai kot sikit yesterday. So dah tadi pernah tunjuk. Okay, so analyze. Once you click on analyze, boleh nampak because I'm not sure kenapa dia keluar atas macam ni. This is the main menu for descriptive. You want to select this one, analyze. Okay, so once you click on analyze, the two menus that is important, actually three lah, so I teach you two first. First one is you always go to descriptive statistics, and then one choice is descriptive, the other one is frequency. The first two here, frequencies, descriptive, and the last and final one is your explore. Okay, which one would you choose will depend on the variable that you want to describe. Okay, so the main distinction is between a categorical variable and a continuous variable or numerical variable. So the most variables starts from a very less information to more information. Okay, meaning less information is like a binary variable, okay, dichotomous variable. More information, then nominal variable with more than two groups, and then you go to ordinal variable, and then after that your continuous variable. So for categorical variables that includes binary, dichotomous, and nominal variable, as well as sometimes ordinal variable. You can use frequencies. In frequencies, how frequent lah. Right? For example, like sex would be a categorical variable, okay, binary variable. So you put sex, select sex, and move it into the next box to the right. Okay, you can either highlight that variable and then click on the arrow to bring it to the other side, or you can just double click on the variable that you are interested in. So inside, so you double click, it goes to the next dialog box here. You can take this one, create APA style tables. Okay, you can, or if you don't want also, it's fine, it's no problem. Let's leave it blank at default. Okay, by default, it's not ticked, so just leave it at that. And the rest also is you don't have to tick anything. Okay, you have so many options in Spss. You have so many menus, you have so many options. At this point, don't think too much about it. Okay, nanti pening kepala. Okay, just we'll teach you the simple manner. So you need to select statistics. Charts also, let's go one by one. Before we go to charts, let's just select for sex, and then the others just leave it at default. Okay, and click OK. You can do it along with me together. Okay, once you click OK, so it will give you this result. So valid means there's no missing value. We have 40 samples. And then sex here shows the frequency, which is your n, right? Represented by the letter of n. N equals to how many? So n equals to female is 18 and male is 22. Okay, and it gives you the percentage as well. So when for your descriptive, when you read your journal articles, usually the first table is the descriptive table. Okay, so descriptive table means that for the categorical variable, these are the only things that is required for you to present, which is the n or the frequency, and secondly is the percentage. Okay, or if you have the luxury of space where you can present in a chart form or in a graph form. For example, in your PowerPoint presentation, then you may want to include a table or a chart, okay, or a graph. But if in a manuscript, then you don't have enough space, okay, to portray any descriptive statistics. You have to compile everything in a table. So you want to create a chart or graph. So you can go into the same menu just now, analyze, descriptive, frequency, and now you can select your charts here. Okay, you have a chart, okay, an option here to select charts. Then you can select bar charts or pie chart. Okay, let's for our example now, we select bar chart. Okay, you cannot select both. You have to select only icon one. And for bar chart, you can choose either frequency or percentages. Okay, for time being, I want to include frequency. I think for me, frequency is more suitable for bar chart. For pie chart, you want to select percentages. Okay, so click continue, then you click on OK. Okay, this time I want to click on create APA style, see what happens. Okay, so this is now. So now tengok APA style, you know APA kan, American Psychology Association. So it's usually the format lah, the format of manuscript writing. So it only gives you the nampak sini, n and percentage. Previously it says frequency and percent, right? So this one it already convert into n and percentage. This remains the same, and this is your bar chart. Okay, so bar chart is slightly different from a histogram, because histogram there's no gap in between the boxes. Okay, bar chart there's a gap. It means that these two are distinct categories. You can, for any chart, you can change how the look of your chart. Okay, after this, we'll try to change. Let's try to do for some other other variable, other nominal variables. What are the variables that we have? Okay, for example, let's say BMI cat. BMI cat, look at the variable view. BMI cat actually refers to the BMI category. Okay, so we have underweight, normal, overweight, and obese. Okay, let's try to do this one for BMI cat. So even from this menu, you can select analyze, go to descriptive statistics, frequencies, and then you can bring it over to the other side, or you can click reset. Reset means it resets everything. Okay. So now we're going to do for BMI cat. Okay, go to the bottom, and then you find BMI cat, which means BMI category. Bring it to the other side, and this time for charts, I want to select pie chart with percentages. Yeah, I click continue, and then I click OK. So this is what you get. You have normal, obese, overweight, and obese. Okay, so for this chart, let's try to show a bit on this chart how you want to edit the chart. First, you have to double click on the chart. Okay, once you double click on the chart, then now you can edit your chart. This is the chart editor window. Okay, double click on the chart, then it will come out the chart editor window. Now to change anything, the first one, maybe you want to put the numbers here. You already have the pie chart, but it doesn't show the number, right? So you click on this icon here, which looks like a target, data label mode. Click on that. So now your cursor becomes that icon, and you can hover it over the chart and click it. Click. So you get the percentages. Okay? Get that? You get that? Lagi sekali. Alright. So this is the icon here. The like looks like a target here, kan? So you just click on that. Once you click on that, then your cursor becomes that target lah. And then you hover it over whichever slices that you want, and then you just click on it. Okay, macam ni I tekan dia hilang balik lah, kan? Because it's already there. So if you're starting from 0, then once you get the target, you put in any slice that you want, and then you click. Bukan right click lah, normal click lah, left click. Okay, just click and then dia akan keluar. You click akan keluar. You click again, it will come up. Okay, there's one. And then you can also do many things to this graph. For example, let's say I want to change the color of this biggest slice, okay? The blue slice here. If I put my cursor on the blue slice and I click once, okay, when you click once, you can see the border here is being highlighted, okay, throughout the whole pie, okay? The whole pizza lah, okay? Now you want to click, after you click once, biar dulu, tengok dia highlight the whole thing. Now you want to click again at the slice that you're interested in. Once you click on it on the second time, now only that slice is being highlighted, right? Just now it was the whole pizza, so now only one slice. So now once dia dah jadi macam tu, once you highlight this slide, now you can change the color. Okay, now you can change the color. So you can click here on the color dekat sini, nampak tak? Now it becomes the same color as this slice. There's an icon here with a blue color, fill color, kan? So you can click on it, now you can change the color. Let's change to yellow. So now it becomes yellow. Okay? Now you can do the same thing to the other slices. Okay, and then there are so many things that you can look at each of the icon here. There are so many things that you can do. Okay, for example, like this one, hide legend. You click on it, now legend dia dah tak ada. And you can, or if you double click, now if you have selected the whole thing and you double click on it, then you have an option here what you can do. You want to change the fill, the color, or you want to change the color of the border, pun boleh juga. Let's try to but you make sure that you select the correct item first before you double click. You must select the right item. Okay, the chart size, the angle, you want to make it into 3D. Okay, you can click apply, so now it becomes a 3D chart. Okay, And then also here as an icon, you can split the slices, kan? Explode slice. So now which slice becomes like that. Okay, so many things you need to play around with the menus. Okay, play around with the menus, you can get familiarize yourself. Or you can just leave it at default lah. Alright, you can leave it at default or you can adjust depending on how you like it. Alright, so I'm going to go to the next one, okay? This one you can play around later. You can delete apa, nanti you can play around. Okay, so we go to the next step dulu, okay? Okay, now let's try to do something else. Next one would be, okay, just now the discrepancy, you can use it for categorical variable. Now, what if you have a continuous variable, a numerical variable, okay? Numerical variable, now we want to try to use descriptive. Okay, descriptive. Okay, this lecture note nanti I just tinggal lah bagi kat you all to test because all the guide is here, okay? I'm just going to run through lah cepat-cepat. Okay, so now we're going to do for numerical data or continuous data. We have so many continuous data here, okay? Age, systolic blood pressure, diastolic blood pressure, hemoglobin, height, weight, and so on. Let's try to go for, let's do age, okay? Let's do age. Let's do age. So we want to select analyze again, and then descriptive statistics, and then go to the second option, which is descriptive. Okay? Analyze, descriptive statistic, and then descriptive. Click on that. Now you have the same similar lah, just like last time. You select age and bring it to the other side. Okay, click on that, and then you have option. Once you click option, now you have you can produce the mean, the standard deviation, minimum, maximum, kurtosis or skewness. So usually we teach macam buat descriptive dulu and then buat the lain. So I bagi shortcut lah. Forget about descriptive. We use explore punya function. Okay, explore function. We should use. You click on analyze, descriptive statistics, and then explore. Okay, analyze, descriptive statistic, explore. Okay, now this is your dialog box here. Now I'm going to show you one example first for age. Then you move it into the dependent list. Ignore this one first, okay? Move into the dependent list. Click on statistics. Okay, there's nothing here that is important. You can, if you want the percentile, you have the outliers. You can through here, but for now it's not necessary. Okay, basic things. Click on plot. Okay, plot here. What you need to change is the descriptive here. Instead of stem and leaf plot, you want to untick that, and then you want to tick on histogram. Okay, and then that's it. Okay, click on continue, and then click options. There's nothing here. Bootstrap also ignore it. So the only option is you click on plots and then change from stem and leaf into histogram. That's it. Okay, only one change from default. Then you can click OK. Once you click OK, so this is your result from your continuous variable, your data, your age tadi kita punya age. So when you have a continuous variable, you can calculate the mean. Right? So it has calculated the mean for you. What is the mean age for your sample? 41.85. Okay. Next was the next important value that you might want to know is the median. It also gives you the median 41.5, which means that your median is very close to your mean. Yeah. What does it mean? Means yeah, it's probably normal kan, but it's still not enough. You still have to look the other parameters. And then what is the standard deviation? It's 15. Okay, 15.179. Okay, what does it mean? Standard deviation is the same unit as your variable, kan? Your variable, meaning your mean, if this mean, this is age, meaning that mean is 41.8 years. Your standard deviation is the same unit. Maksudnya in age, in years juga lah. So 15 years. So if you remember if this data is normal, so you can deduce that standard deviation, one standard deviation is 15.1. Two standard deviation is 15.1 times 2, 30 lah. Okay, that's two standard deviation, which means that 95% of your population has the age between 41.8 plus minus 30. Alright? Kena ada benda tu lah. Okay, and then once the minimum age is 18, maximum age is 70, range is 52, range is just the maximum minus the minimum lah. So your interquartile range and then your skewness and kurtosis. So these are important for you to determine or to give you an estimate whether your data is normally distributed or not. And this is your histogram. So your histogram has been constructed for you. What you need now is the curve, right? And the bell-shaped curve. So you just double click on your histogram. Once you double click on the histogram and then you want to find the icon here which looks like a show distribution curve, which looks like a normal curve here. Okay, click on that. Okay, and then by default it will try to produce a bell-shaped curve based on your data. Then you can just close. Okay, so this looks like a normally distributed data. Okay, so if you look at the box itself, susah nampak the shape kan. So this it tries to approximate the bell-shaped curve. Right, so that's it. So that is for your continuous variable. So now you can report in your manuscript or in your dissertation. Then you can report there. And it depends on your data, normally distributed or not normally distributed. So you either use name plus the deviation, or you can use median plus interquartile range. Okay. Okay. Then together with the histogram, the Spss audio also give you the box plot. Okay, box and whisker plot. So this box and whisker plot is more useful if your data is not normally distributed. All right. What else I want to show you? Flash frequency, percentage, and bar chart. Okay. So what you can do is once you have determined, you can actually do all the analysis all at one go. Okay, for example, if you click on descriptive test and then you click on explore, now you can put everything together. Okay, systolic blood pressure, diastolic blood pressure, hemoglobin, height, and weight. You can put everything there, and cholesterol as well. Okay, and just click on OK. So it does everything all at one go. Okay, so it gives you all the results all at one go. That is what you can do. Alright, but you need to extract this one into a proper table. Copy it down and then write it in a proper table. Okay, especially we not construct a table for the manuscript for you. Okay, or for the thesis dissertation for you. You have to copy this manually. So don't report, don't just copy, although you can copy and paste. Now you can copy and paste, but don't do that. Okay, don't do that. Kena marah nanti lah dengan examiner. Tak cantik lah, tak boleh buat. Because you must know which data is important. Kalau you pergi report, if let's say skewness and kurtosis is not important for the thing that you're studying, then jangan tak payah report lah. Okay, it's only for now. You don't have to report everything. Okay, so you need to identify which one you want to report. Okay, so usually mean, median, standard deviation, or interquartile range, and that's it. Sometimes range can be important. If you have a tool, for example, like a questionnaire or a survey form, then that is not unfamiliar to the audience, then some people bagi tahu lah. Maybe if the scoring here have a certain range, so maybe that information is important for the reader to know. Then you report lah that one. Okay. Alright, so those are the menus that is needed for descriptive statistics. The next one would be, I want to show you another menu is the graphs lah. Just in case you want to produce a graph, okay? So graph can be, some graph can be descriptive, some of it can be analytical. Okay, so just now in the analyze menu, you have an option to produce a bar chart, a pie chart, and also histogram and box and whisker plot. But if you want to produce some other charts, you can also, or you want to produce the chart alone without the table, you can go into the graph menu. Okay, so for example, like histogram, here you can select which one you want to use histogram. Okay, let's try to do some other things that you did not produce from the previous menu, which is the scatter or dot. This one is scatter plot. Simple scatter. For example, the most simple one is simple scatter. You make sure it's highlighted, then you can define. So for example, let's say you want to show the relationship between, say, age and cholesterol. Okay, so age and cholesterol biologically from your background understanding of the issue, usually it is the age that is caused the increase in cholesterol. So age will be put in the x-axis and cholesterol will be put inside the y-axis. Okay, put it there, click OK. Almost a perfect correlation. And if you double click on this, okay, cholesterol, age, as age increase, cholesterol also increase, a very direct correlation. So you double click on it and then you can select here. There's an icon here, add a reference line from the equation. So right there, and then you can close. Now it produce for you correlation or a regression line actually. Okay, so this is a regression line and almost perfect correlation between age and cholesterol, which means that perfect ni maybe maksudnya for every 10 increase, for every 10 increase in age, there's a 1 unit increase in cholesterol. Okay, maybe this one is milligram per deciliter lah. To show on that one. Alright, okay, so the other one, let's do some other one. Let's see which one is important. Box plot, error plot, population pyramid. It depends on the data that you have. Okay, I think the rest too you can explore. I think box plot here you can have simple or cluster. Okay, let's say what simple. First you need to define your variables. Let's say kita letak cholesterol. Cholesterol is a variable. Category must be a categorical variable. So sex. Let's say we want to compare the cholesterol level between male and female. Okay, so we put it this way and click on OK. So now this is the cholesterol for male and this is cholesterol for female. Okay. So let's say I nak adjust this kit. Click on here. No. So, okay. So now male and female. So you want to sometimes, although if you perform your hypothesis testing and then you find it not significant, right? Not significant, but sometimes your chart can give you more information compared to your statistical test. For example, like this one, male and female. Let's say kita cuba buat analyze. I perform. Ini belum belajar lagi tapi saya tutup lah. Okay, this is what we do. Let's say I try to compare. I perform a t-test. Okay, t-test to compare the cholesterol level between male and female. Okay. So, jadi tak belajar, dia belajar esok tau. So I just like should illustrate something. if you perform a t-test, the significance level P is less than 0.05. This is the P level, 0.023, which means there is a significant difference between cholesterol, male and female. Okay, but it doesn't, it just tells you that one single statement, which got the difference, tapi you don't actually see the entire data. But if you produce a box Mr. plot like this, okay, comparing two box and Mr. plot, then you can actually see the data. You boleh tengok sini. Oh, dia ada the male, the value of male and female ni, the median value, this is the median value, male is higher than female. And then dia punya male punya 50% of the male, dia punya cholesterol level dia is very wide compared to female. Female is very narrow, the range of the 50, kan? Box plot ni, 50% of the data is within the box, kan? The 50% of the female of your sample, the punya value lies between about 8.2 to 7.3. But in male, it lies somewhere between 6.9 to maybe now 9.5. So you get the more bigger picture of the relationship between the male and female and their cholesterol. So this is the advantage of having being able to produce a good chart, right? Okay. Yeah. So that's it. Now you can play around with all the data. Kat situ banyak systolic blood pressure, we have diastolic blood pressure, we have the cholesterol kat situ, ada hemoglobin lagi. If you want to try out descriptive statistics, try the descriptive function, differentiating function, explore the function, and then you can try to explore building the chart. I think you need memang kita spend some time to play around lah, for you to get express yourself with all the options. Okay, that's it. Saya nak habis kat sini. Alright. Okay, I think that's about it. You have the class with me this time. Alright. Okay, that's it for today. And practice at home, what to do your own laptop. You have expenses that are just really practice your own laptop, right? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your attention. Sit. Okay, those yang at home pun saya dah habis tau. Okay, thank you very much. See you again. Bye.
Thank you, Doctor.
Bye.
Thank you, doctor.